You are listening to Ice Cream for Breakfast with your hosts, Tara Chase and Kevin Hansen. Do you know what that means? Well, there's a great guest lined up. So sit back and enjoy some ice cream.
So, okay, let's change gears a little bit. We are super excited to, be reflecting on our 2025 year of launching Ice Cream for Breakfast. And we've had several guests, and it's been a fun spring. It was fun. It's been fun this summer. We still have more summer fun coming up. But Kevin was experiencing some laughter earlier this week when he was recalling our beginning of a 3-part series on soulmates. And Kevin, tell the audience what happened. Tell our viewers what happened with once you were re-listening to that show.
I was just thinking, I don't know if I'd ever heard you be as funny as I was laughing so hard. And when I was editing the show down for that clip, it was the funniest thing. I remember I was like, that's the goal every day for me, is to laugh so hard you want to cry.
Yes.
And that was making me tear up. It was so funny.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. What did I say?
Because it was your reaction was just so quick-witted, and you said something about, great, you're going to find me under the floorboards or whatever it was. And it literally made me laugh harder listening to it
the second time
than actually listening to it the first time.
Yeah,
although I was crying.
Yeah.
I was laughing pretty hard the first time.
Yes. I need to go on to the show on our YouTube channel, and I need to play it. I've had several people just like text over, that was so funny, or I can't wait to see the picture, right, or can we see who he is? And I'm like, that is not my soulmate. I won't even embark on that pathway. So, but it brought up a question, and lots of questions, but we've talked a little bit, but I think we're pulling together a live audience of single adults to bring in like views of what they think, if people really do believe that there's a soulmate.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. So it should be next month, right? Our morning show in August. Are we going to do that?
We'll grab some people for sure.
Yeah. We have a long list of people that want to come on. So it could be an interesting audience participation. So
let me ask you this question. Posting stuff from the show to social media.
Sure.
We'll eventually get just audio out to different podcast services. Right now it's just mostly YouTube.
Sure.
And I think that in talking to some people who, including Kim Haskell, who is one of our guests, is just getting shorter clips to go out as reels.
Sure.
And so I think that what I'll do is go back through some of our shows and some of our favorite pieces and do some of those, launch them now, even though they were maybe a couple months ago. So my question to you is, what are some of your favorite, not favorite guests, because I think everybody who's been here has been awesome, but what are some of your favorite pieces of some of the stories we've heard?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think of our interactions with people and just the newness, like everyone, it goes back to where we started with everybody has a story, and to us, we think everyone's story should be heard. But sometimes I'm blown away by the story. You'll get to talking, you think they have, prepped us a little bit on, we want to mention this or mention that, and then it takes us into an entire different envelope of what their life was like. And then, for example, we had the heart-touching race car gal, Tia, and I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, and then I looked at her wedding photo she sent me, and I'm like, okay, there it is in real life. And then even with our guests, the Haskells, and watching them like together as a couple. And at first she didn't want to talk, and then she talks a little bit. And then, you just start to like get to know people, and we know them face to face, but we hope that our audience and our listeners get to know them too. And then I just feel like we are bringing together a community of people. And I absolutely love it when we're out on site for some of our guests and we hear their story. And I just love getting to know the people of wherever they come from. Yeah.
And last week, Kim Haskell, his story, he put on his social media, his story about having cystic fibrosis.
Yes.
And did you see that his article in Newsweek?
Not everyone knows it. Yeah. What it is.
I'm sure that his social media is going to explode now that he's been on Newsweek.
Yeah. And he's a talented videographer that just captures the feelings anyway. Yeah. You can tell he puts a lot of heart into his work. And of course, Jake was fun, right? Jake's story.
For sure. Yeah, Jake.
Super fun to have him. And what's our gal, Rihanna, who is the hard rock singer, works by day at grocery store.
Yeah.
Rihanna, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to hear her, I was like, and we have our guests that are humorous, but building a community of leadership. And then by night, they're at the dry bar making people laugh. So it's just been amazing.
And I would say if I could recommend somebody, and I think what we'll probably do is some of these have been 2 hours long. Maybe we might make them into 2 segments of 1 hour each.
Yes, part 1 and part 2.
But listening to Joel Hilliard's stories of his extreme racing and his stories of going to Europe and doing the genealogy work and some of his stories, I mean, they're just fascinating little stories. So I would recommend anyone that's not heard Joel, go back and he's probably one I'm going to go try to pick some little clips out of and throw them out as reels, which is something I'm still learning.
Just kind of how he was guided on his journey was pretty amazing.
Right.
Yeah. And it goes back to even they kind of interconnect, because when we talked to Michelle at the beginning, our licensed therapist who's getting prepared to retire in 25, that started me off this year with thriving in 25. And I've kept that near and dear to my heart just every day, how to thrive in 25. And I know I have a report to give her at the end of the year on how that went. And I just feel my report getting stronger and stronger. I can't wait to talk with her. But just, and even then she's like, you will know, like you're meant to create. And I do believe that too. And then to have her reiterate that and then pull from our experiences that make us who we are and then bring this all to life. And then you hear it in our guests and you're just, this is where all of us are human, having human experiences, but we're all touched by the same sort of experiences in life that bring us to who we are. And even Jen's story, right? Jen Dart. So.
And I think she's competing.
She is competing
this weekend. I think.
Is it this? I know it's July, so this weekend or next, right?
Yeah, she had something. She came to the village here, and she's kind of brilliant in how she does some of her social media posts.
Yeah.
But I don't come to the village often. I don't eat out a lot. There's a place called, is it the Junkyard or something? Mm-hmm. It's hamburgers. Mm-hmm. She's sitting outside of it on a bench, and it says something like 10 days away, and she's sitting there eating her rice and her pork.
Sitting outside of the Sid's garage going 10 more days, and then I can compete, and then I'll go right in here and get sweet potato fries.
Right. And so it was kind of funny, just that.
That's cool.
No, I think everybody we've talked to, and I think that's a credit to you and I as well. Some people have come in here pretty nervous.
Most people,
and
right.
But then when they leave, they're like, "This is one of the best, funniest, greatest things I've ever done."
And that's what we hope.
And that's that's really the goal, is just to make everybody comfortable. And and I think we've kind of done that with some off the wall questions to kind of make their brain flip a little bit and not be so worried about what they're here for.
Right. And of course, having ice cream always soothes it over.
Right.
Mostly.
There's and I was trying to think of maybe kind of giving a little highlight of some people that are coming up. We've got a vocal coach who went to Berklee School of Music in Boston, and she's, I think, a DJ on the local radio station as well.
Snake River Stampede.
Snake River Stampede president. She was supposed to be here today, but she had a hack in her email or something.
Sure.
So we
have some good summer fun still planned up through September. I've got a show coming up on exciting touring trips. So I might be calling in to do a show from, I would say down under, but I'm not going down under. Iceland, Belgium, you take your pick, but I'll call in from 9 hours away.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, London's like 7 hours.
Yeah, I think that it's different. I think we're about 9, maybe 8 or 9 hours. If I call in from Iceland to do a show, I'll let you guys know what I see. Hopefully I can call and give you a good report of the Northern Lights. That's what I'm looking forward to.
So let me ask you some questions about your trip, if I
Sure.
could. And
I'm going to be honest, but I'm not going to give dates. I don't want anyone to follow me. No one's following me. I'm doing this as a brave girl and invigorating, big leap that I need to do this. So
Iceland. I mean, I had a friend, I think I mentioned this. He and his wife lived in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And they would get these great little vacation deals every week or whatever. And they flew to Reykjavik for, it was like under $300. And they just went for the weekend, and it wasn't that far. He said it was incredible. So what was the reasoning that you chose Iceland?
And full disclosure, it was a total accident.
You wanted to go to Ireland?
So I know I have blonde hair, but I really didn't know. I saw this thing that came up on social media, and it said touring Europe. And I was born there, so all my life I've wanted to go back. So here's the thing is I'm going to give you more in-depth story than I really need to, but it will make sense. So I used to teach when I was a high school teacher and a college teacher. I taught this class, and I wanted kids to think of present and future. So, first couple weeks of this class, I'd make them do this project, and it was all visual. They could figure out how to make it visual. I didn't, to each their own, create, which makes sense more to you. Is it PowerPoint? Sure. Is it a movie that they could do a movie clip, a cartoon? Could they make it into a book? Sure. Could they do a poster? Sure. I didn't really care. Some people just write it, which was awesome. And so anyway, all these things were coming in, and one of my students, her name is Jacqueline Brooks, and I hope she's listening too, but she said, what about your story? What about your future? And at that time I was like, no, this project is for you guys. Like I was still like in my early 30s, and it was like, I'm already this like career, I'm a mom. Like I wasn't thinking my future. It seemed like everyone starts talking about your future when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we forget when we're 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 that we have a future too. And everything changed for me with that girl's point. Like, what about yours? So then they were like, yeah, what are you going to do? I was like, well, I already did it all. Like, I already went to college. I already, was married. I already had children. I, finished a master's degree. Like, I already did everything. And then, like, okay, so at 30 something, you're done. And I'm like, no, this is good. And so I took that to heart, and I did my own 10-year project. And then I told them I was working on mine too. And only for that class. Like I had a couple classes that we did this in. And so I can remember to this day, I wrote, in the next 10 years, I will go back to my birthplace. And I had that in there. And I have not gone. I have not kept that 10-year plan, but I'm close. So as I saw and life was happening to me, it was a real big struggle from 2023 all the way through even to beginning of 25. And I saw this ad come across last summer, and it said Tour Europe. And I just clicked on it. I didn't even think twice. I paid it. Clicked twice. It said I was going to be gone for a while. I'm not going to tell anybody dates on air. But here I am. Like, I knew it was going to happen this coming summer. And here I am. I'm just a few days away from leaving. And I didn't know where I was going exactly. So I was with three of my really good girlfriends, and it must have been after, I already know what day it was. It was a horrendous day, a grateful day, but on March 31st, I decided, okay, I now need to get a passport updated, and I started looking at my itinerary, digging in my emails for it, and all of a sudden it said Iceland. And I said, wait, did I know that I was going to Iceland? Like, I saw the part where it said, go to Europe. But in my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to Belgium. And I did remember it saying Belgium was a place. So in my mind, I was thinking, I'm sure it's a lot of days in Belgium and Paris and all these places I needed to go to. Holland, perhaps Netherlands, because that's where I was thinking. So, Kevin, I was like, I think there's a mistake. I think I'm in the wrong spot of Europe. And I call them. I'm like, guys, I'm supposed to go to Iceland. And so everyone's like, you didn't know? I'm like, I don't think this is the right thing I paid for. So as I was looking at the itinerary, there was one change to a stop, but Iceland was always on the agenda. So instead of like starting and like, get my plane ticket maybe out of New York or Newark or I don't know, Chicago, and head to Belgium or London or France, I literally saw my first flight is to Iceland. So I have embraced it. I am so excited. Every person, just like you were saying, that's talked about it, they're like, it was fascinating. And seeing the Northern Lights, it really was one of my other bucket list on that project, because I saved it. It's on my computer. And I literally have on there to see the Northern Lights. So I think it was meant to be that I start my journey through Europe in Iceland. So that's a long way to tell it.
No, I think you're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
There's a reason I think you're there.
I do too.
There's that historical thing about Iceland and Greenland, and that their names got flip-flopped.
Oh, really?
Have you heard this?
No, I don't know this.
That originally, back in the day, that Iceland was Greenland, and Greenland was Iceland, but somebody made a mistake, and so Greenland is actually more Arctic and barren, and Iceland is more Greenland.
Oh, so, or I heard. So that's probably right. Someone else told me the reason they named it Iceland is so people won't go there. So people that do live there, they don't want the people to come in and make themselves at home in their quiet spots. So,
and there is a great story of, I think it's Leif Erikson's, I don't remember if it was his grandfather or somebody after him, but I think his dad had killed some people in Sweden or Denmark or something. So they escaped and went to Iceland.
Oh, really?
As it was kind of an outer,
like a hideout,
edge of the world kind of place.
Yeah.
But then they actually those Vikings came west and landed in what would be Canada. And so before any Jamestown or anything, the Vikings were in New England.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And there's grapes. And they call it Vinland.
So is that the same as the Norway Vikings?
Yeah. So they're all.
Yeah, they're all over there.
They're all kind of Danish.
Yeah, because
Norwegian.
I actually have a excursion. It's called the Viking excursion, and all that comes to my mind is, should I bring my Vandal hat?
I have you pictured wearing.
Wait, no one even laughed. I'm like,
those little horns.
I think I should bring my Vandal hat. I think I was meant to be a Viking / Vandal.
I think you should bring it.
I don't know. I have a lot of luggage to pack.
I think you should
buy one. Me and packing are not friends. I'm already like, I need to start packing yesterday because packing is honestly, everybody needs to know that is one of my weaknesses or pet peeves. I'm not sure, but I hate packing. It's the worst.
So when you get there, are there things that you're a little unknown? It's kind of like taking a crew, taking a vacation. You just spin a wheel. You just like, hey, wherever we go, we go. But do you have things planned once you get there, or are they all on you to figure out what to do?
Both. I have had some travel plans through a travel agency that they put together. But I have had to, which is good for me. Like, anyway, no one knows all that part. We won't go too vulnerable here, but it's invigorating, like what I'm doing, what I'm about to do. There's things in my immediate past where just didn't feel like I could do this. So I am finding myself. I'm finding excitement. I'm finding a journey. I mean, it's a vacation too.
And you're finding a soulmate.
No, no, I don't need to find a soulmate. Absolutely not. But now that you say that, that is going to bring up our show with, do people really believe in that? But I certainly do not. After my sketch, that is not at all my soulmate. I do know I have a soulmate, but not that guy. Anyway, so yeah, lots of planning, organizing, booking flights, because it's not round trip. None of my flights are round trip. It's just one way after one way after one way. And then trying to figure out what part of where I need to be. Like when I go to Brussels, which is a place I lived, there's 8 million people there. So from the time I get there to check in to where I booked a place, I'm really excited to see how that works. And I can actually have a bike. I've already requested a bike to be, delivered, so I can tour on a bike if I want to. And then I planned to run. I want to run in all of those cities, and just to say I did it. Like I have, yeah. And then I'm just like trying to figure it all out. But yeah, there's a couple events that I'll go to that are more like black tie events. So that should be fun. And then hiking to find some waterfalls in a couple places. And I'm taking a tour at night in one location that hopefully I can call in and give you that update. But I think it'd be fascinating to find out about. It's not like the Salem witch trials of Boston, but it is close. But we're talking civilizations that were in the Dark Ages.
Right.
So it should be, and I'm signed up to do that tour late at night. Like it starts at 10 at night and it goes for 3 hours. So, and it's by lantern. So everyone on that tour gets a lantern, and we are on a train-like situation, and we walk. So it's like half walking, half by train, and everyone carries a lantern. So I'm like, this should be fun. So I'm really excited. I don't speak a lot of languages, but I'm going to hopeful that everyone speaks English, or I have an app on my phone that I can translate. And I will be in Spain as well, Madrid, Spain, for a time.
So this little train mystery thing, where is this at?
That will take place in Belgium.
Is this a based on any true event?
All true. Yeah. It's a historical.
Is it World War II related?
Civilization. No, we're talking
back in the Middle East.
1700s.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Medieval times.
Interesting.
I'll be in some castles that night. So. Ooh. So, yeah. There you are. Fun summer coming up.
So it'll be interesting to kind of go through. I think there should be an episode after you get back that we just talk about your trip.
I think that would be fun.
So for those of you who know or don't know, my first novel was written about an American guy who randomly goes on vacation to England and makes a big kind of sea. He kind of starts in London and goes south to the Battle of Hastings and along the coast, up through Glastonbury, Bath, and then up into Scotland. Then he comes back down to London. So my plan is next year, about the same time next year, maybe September, to go and try to retrace those steps. And my joke has always been to see how horribly I described it in the book.
No, I think that's going to be awesome.
So
I know you talked about even trying to do it around Christmas time, correct?
I'm probably
like the
more
winter
September.
Holiday. Oh, you would do it
September,
fall?
October. Okay. I like a little bit of warmth, and it's not that warm there to begin with.
Sure.
So, but I was at a thrift store right before Christmas, and there was 2 kilts, like full-blooded Scottish kilts, and I bought them. And then I was like, well, I will never wear them because I'm just not throw a kilt on and go to a party. Well, and so I'm fascinated by history.
Sometimes.
And I love, I'm mostly Scottish from my DNA tests, but there is a group here that meets, and they're a Scottish, you go to these little things. I don't know unless it was Halloween I would ever wear a kilt because here's what I was thinking, and maybe this is a little egotistical of myself, but to dress up, those are kind of some nerdy people that just want to hang out together. And because I went to a Scottish festival in Atlanta, Georgia, and I just was like, I think the Scots just like to throw stuff around. They've got a pole.
It's culture, Kevin. Someone's listening to this and they're like, you're gonna love wearing that kilt. They
throw a log. They get a pitchfork and they throw a bag of like wool. Okay. I mean, they get a rock. They're just throwing stuff.
They like to throw.
They like to throw stuff,
which is great for baseball.
Right. And so anyway, that's my plan for next year.
That's gonna be cool.
So we'll be interested to hear your stories of this year.
Yeah, I was talking to my parents, specifically asking, please dig, please find wherever we lived. I think it would just be, like, it's my history for sure, just to find an address. I know we lived in several places, but I want to find out, where did I live when I was born? And I know it's somewhere in like the 54th floor of some apartment building in Mons, Belgium, or wherever. So I'm trying to if there's only a way that I could, and why we have roots, do we want to go back to roots? I just feel like it's our connection. Like, that's how we started. And so I'm hopeful that I'll at least get a street and
will you
try to
go
find
try
it on my bike.
Will you go
I'll try to interpret what the street signs say and ask people and see how that goes. I'm excited for the Belgian chocolates. I've heard food is amazing, and it's like, corner to corner marketplace, which is the perfect way that I would love to shop and snack anyway, is just to wake up and go get my fruit or go get this or go get that. So, and of course, I got to try French fries. And just for you all listening, French fries did not come from France. They are a Belgian food.
So if I'm correct, Belgian language is French and German, actually, and maybe some Dutch.
No, actually, it's French. There's a big war, so on the language, so it became a law that they had to all learn English. So, but it was between the Flemish and the French. So yes, that's still spoken there, but the main language is English now.
Okay. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I'll be okay, but everything is in French or Flemish as far as road signs, street signs, buildings. And but I ordered a Belgian flag from Amazon so I could stick it on my backpack so that they're nicer. I won't be such a tourist. Hey, sorry, I once lived here. Maybe they'll be nicer than me asking 100 questions.
Did you retain any kind of citizenship because you were born there?
Yeah, so you get a choice when you're born in a different country if you want to be in your dual citizenship until you claim it. But I am a U.S. citizen. Happy to be a U.S. citizen. Yes.
I didn't know if there's some benefit if you had dual citizenship.
Some people tell me you'll never be able to run for president, and I wonder if my heart is crushed or not. That's okay. But yeah.
And so what are you doing in Spain?
Just spending a day. in Madrid. Mm-hmm. Just because I'm there. So I'll do another trip someday with my soulmate that I will go to Paris, because I think I was going to just, go over that way, but I think I'll save that for a rainy day in Paris later in my life. Mm-hmm. Experience Italy and Paris on a different tour.
Our friend Susan, she went to Paris recently.
She did with her husband?
No, with her 2 girls.
With her girls, cool.
And she had a great time. You were talking about OAR.
Yes, the band.
So she went with her husband over to France last fall.
Okay.
For a wedding.
Oh, good.
And the girl they knew the groom, and the bride, I don't know if she's American, but she was working as a nanny in France. And so at the reception, Susan was talking to the couple that she nannied for. And he said, "Oh yeah, we're going to be in the United States touring next year." And she's like, "Really? Like, are you?
Where are you going?
Are you a musician?" He goes, "Yeah, I was in a band." And she's like, "Who? What band are you in?" He goes, "Oh, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark."
Oh.
You know what song? If you leave, don't. It's a big late 80s song.
Oh, I'm going to have to send it to me.
So you would totally know it. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, or OMD. And so he they had a show in Salt Lake, and they became really good buddies, and he's like, "We'll put you in the VIP suite and you can come backstage." And so it's just kind of funny how you run into little things. But
that's awesome. Good for her. Maybe I'll have to call her and find out if she went anywhere else before I head over there. Yeah, good idea. Well, we're excited to see everyone else's rest of your summer. We're hoping that you have a amazing time. Kevin's going to head out on a trip this weekend, so we wish him the best. And hopefully we continue. We've got a lot of shows. So we air and launch every Thursday for right now. If we miss a Thursday, we'll catch up on a Friday. But we're excited for the next few weeks, and you'll be able to tune into the show. And every once in a while, we'll spark a show with just us as your hosts, and just kind of to wrap up and summarize what's been happening at Ice Cream for Breakfast.
And one of the shows we're going to try to do is maybe some things to do in Idaho that are maybe unusual, that maybe some people haven't heard of. And I've reached out to some people to come on this and do that show, like Craters of the Moon. Have you been to Craters of the Moon?
I have not done Craters of the Moon.
And I have been through there a million times. So there's just places like that that maybe...
Oh, wait, Arco. Yes, I have been to Arco. Yeah. Arco, Idaho. Yeah. I have done that. Yes, it's fascinating.
Crazy.
You really do feel like you're in Mars.
You do.
Like, there's no question.
Right.
It's even more wild than Yellowstone. Because you are hiking on the moon or Mars or Jupiter, wherever you're at. It's crazy cool.
So we'll have some shows that kind of go through some of the stuff in Idaho and go from there.
But for now, if you're looking for a house, come see me at Osprey Estates. You want to move to Idaho, you're looking at Idaho, I've got some amazing floor plans on space. And if you live in Idaho and you're looking for more than the small backyard that you have, come give me a call and I will set up a private tour of you to come to see Osprey Estates in South Nampa.
Perfect.
Okay, over and out.